Does it feel like you lack direction? Like there's no way forward? That you have no map? Do you wonder, should you just stay on the same old path that you've always been on? Because you can see the way. Because everyone goes down that path, you can just follow them. There's already been a map. There's already guidance. But the thing is with this journey, we create the map as we go. This is it. We take one step and then the path starts to appear. We find the way. We are the wayfinders. We create that map as we continue down this unknown territory. And this is what we're here for. We find the way so that we can guide others along their way too. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. That's the thing. We've been on this same journey, down the matrix road over and over again. And we come to this crossroads when we wake up, when we kind of say, hey, this isn't fucking working anymore. And this is the thing with the mapped out journey. The mapped out journey is going around in circles. That's the thing. We might see the way. Everyone has walked that path before, so it's easy just to follow the crowd. But that crowd is literally going around in circles. And they're always going to end up back at this crossroads, this Y junction. But the thing is with turning the other way is there is no fucking map. There is no road. That's it. And it's scary. It's like, how am I supposed to move forward when I don't see a way forward? And this is the beauty of it. We create the way. And we're way showers. I've known this word for a long time. We show the way. We show the way for other people. But we also have to find the way first. And I got this from Moana too. I loved it. It's literally saying that she was the way finder, that there is no map. And who guides that map? Your ancestors. And that's what we're getting shown as well, is that our ancestors, our past on loved ones, and our angels are guiding our way. We need to trust that. And that's the thing. The way I see it is, every time we take a step forward, what we see is darkness, in a sense. We can't see how we get to the destination we want. We know that we have to turn. We know that we have to stop going around in fucking circles. We have to get off the hamster wheel. We have to escape the matrix. But it's scary. And I know myself at the start of this journey, when I was kind of questioning, do I stay or do I go kind of energy? And it was like, okay, I'm going to go. And then you might take one step onto that path and you freak out and you go straight back down, around in your circles again to the same shit, different day kind of energy. And this is what I did over and over again. I went for another job, another matrix kind of energy, another thing over and over again. And what happened? I ended up back in the same spot with another narcissist, with another narcissistic boss, with another narcissistic partner, whatever it was. And it was just like, eventually it was like, shit, I can't keep doing this. I just can't keep doing this. I'm going to have to take the other path. Even though I don't see a way forward, even though there's no map, it was freaking me out. I knew I had to take this road. And this is the beauty of it. If you can imagine, every time you take a footstep, there's a light. It's kind of a light occurs under your foot. This is the way I'm imagining it, is that every time you take a step, the path lights up. You take the next step, the path lights up a bit. So every time you step forward, that path lights up. And I think that's so beautiful. And eventually, it does get to a stage where not only is it lighting up as you go, the ancestors will show you this beacon of light that you can head towards. And obviously it's not linear, because you're going to start seeing that beacon of light and you're going to go, oh yay, I see a destination. I know where I'm going now. I still don't know how I'm getting there, but I know where I'm going. I can see. But it's not right straight. You're not going to go straight up and, yay, I'm at the light. You're literally kind of going to go around and round in circles to get there. Because this is a spiritual journey. It's not going to be linear. It's going to be a little bit crazy. But it's not going around in circles. You're not going to end up back here like you do on the other path. So this is what it's about. It's about trusting that we are here to find that way. We are those wayfinders. And then we're also the way showers. We're creating this path as we go, in order to be able to guide others along this path. So, when we do it, this is us, this is the leaders, the way showers. When we do it first, that means the next person actually has a light to follow because the path is lit for them. And isn't that beautiful? And this is what's so important about this journey. A lot of the times we give up. We go back down that old that beaten track. We follow that crowd because it's easier. As I said, we can see the way. There is a fucking map. But, you know, we get to the stage where we just can't. We can't do that anymore. We just can't. Like, Jesus, if you're anything like me, you have gone through it over and over and over again, and finally you get this wake-up call. This is the thing. If you continue going around in circles and repeating the same patterns, your life is going to be full of obstacles. And this is what we need to listen to. I said this before. If you don't listen to the guidance in your soul to take this turn onto this new path, you're going to end up being hit with nudges. And, you know, the universe is going to nudge you. They're going to say, hey, listen to your soul. Listen to this. This isn't working for you. This isn't working. Things keep going wrong. And we don't listen. And we don't listen, and we don't listen. So the nudges get louder and louder and louder. And then if we really don't listen, the universe throws a hand grenade into our lives and goes, now you're going to fucking listen? And this is what's happened to me over and over again when I kept repeating the same cycles. You know, like, this is why we're hit with massive obstacles or massive detours in our life, is because the universe is kind of going, hey, wake the fuck up. You need to take the new path. And I know that's scary, but we're not doing this on our own. We have our ancestors guiding the way. And, like, you know, that's what I found it so beautiful with Moana 2. Like, it's literally, well, Moana 1 did the same. The ancestors are guiding her way, but they're not giving her the path. They're not actually saying, here, you go this way, this way, this way, this way. It's like, literally, we tell you that this is your destiny, and you need to find that. You need to find that yourself. You need to find the way so that you can show others the way. And this is it. We need to show others that it can be done. And that's it. Like, especially when we're the first ones to do it, of our group, of our people, of our family, of our environment. It is scary, you know, and it's like, why do I have to do it? But you're not just doing it. That's it. You're not just doing it for you. You're doing it for the next person. You're doing it to guide along the next generation. And this is so important. You know, and I said this in one of my last videos, but, like, you know, the person who plants the tree, you know, knowing that he won't sit in its shade, you know, because it's not going to grow to its height for 100 years, is the person who's starting to understand the meaning of life. And that's it. You know, we're here to create something, to maintain our planet, you know, and to make this a better place for the future of humanity. You know, we're breaking these generational curses. Like, you know, your parents, your grandparents, and so on, went through a lot of fucking shit. And they didn't have this guidance. Well, they probably, I don't know, they might have, but they would have been so locked into that false system that they wouldn't have heard the guidance. And this is it. Like, your mother or father went through a lot of fucking shit. Your grandparents went through a lot of fucking shit, and so on and so on and so forth. And you went through a lot of fucking shit. Now, do you want your children or future children to suffer the way you did? Because personally, I don't have kids yet, but when I do, I want them not to suffer like I did. I want them to come into a harmonious world full of love, joy, and abundance, instead of fear and greed and hate, you know, and, like, suffering. You know, this is why we're doing it. We're doing it for the next person. And this is so important. This is so important. Like, it's so easy for us to give up. It's so easy for us to go down that old path. It's so easy for us not to even try. But this is the thing. It's not just for you. And, like, you know, it doesn't matter what age we are. This is so important to try and break this generational cycle. It's so important to take that new path. It's so important to find that new way. And it is hard. It is difficult, but it is so important. And, you know, the beauty of it as well, I was thinking about this morning, you know, the old path is outdated. It's used, it's well used. You know, and I'm all for secondhand things. I'm all for, you know, recycling. I'm all for that kind of stuff. But, you know, for example, what came into my head, right? Years ago when I was in school, primary school, we used to go to the swimming pool every week or whatever. And it was a really, really old swimming pool, right? It was actually quite, when you look back, it was kind of, ew, a little bit, like, you know, you wouldn't get into, I know chlorine clears the water, but, like, you know, if you went into that swimming pool these days, you'd be like, no, I'm not getting in that water. It was that kind of energy, right? So that's the way I'm kind of seeing the old path. Everything is that kind of where it's been worn down. it's old, it's outdated. You know what I mean? It's kind of icky. It's like, no, I don't want that anymore. Whereas with the new path, we mightn't be able to see the way forward, but everything is fucking new and shiny. Everything is upgraded. And that's beautiful. We get to try out the stuff first. You know, I love that. Like, you know, we get to try the new toys first. Like, you know, then, like, I know when I have kids, I'm going to be fucking literally playing with their toys before I give them to the children because, you know, just to make sure they're okay. No, I'm the person who presses those buttons on those toys that make noise. Anyway, a bit of a tangent. But anyway, that's beside the point. But what I'm trying to say is that everything on this new path is new and shiny and you get to try it out for yourself. You get to be the first one to experience it. And isn't that exciting? You know, we mightn't be able to see what's out there or what's in front of us, but we get to try it for the first time. We get to experience the newness of it, the excitement of it, the freshness of it. Now, isn't that what you want? Isn't that the exciting part? Like, you know, we mightn't be able to see, it might be scary, but everything we encounter is new. Everything we encounter is upgraded. Everything we encounter is exciting. Whereas we go down that beaten track and we're like, oh, this has kind of been well used, you know, like, Jesus, needs a wash. This kind of energy, like, you know, it's been used over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? There's holes in that shit, like, you know, throw it away. This kind of energy. This is the kind of the analogy I was getting this morning. Do you know what I mean? Just to make it kind of simpler, it's like you're literally using something everyone else has used. Everybody. Like, that's boring. Isn't it boring to do the same thing over and over and over again? What's that quote from, is it Einstein? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. And it is. Why are we doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? We're literally going down the same shit, different day route and thinking, we're asking ourselves, why isn't anything changing? Because you're not changing. You need to change direction. And this is also important. You need to find that way for yourself, but also for the next person so that you can show them that way. So not only are we're the way showers, but we need to find the way first. So we need to be those way finders. And this, as I said, is beautiful. It might seem scary. It might be out of your comfort zone, but it's nice and shiny and it's all upgraded. You know what I mean? It's like, it's this new magical energy that you get to experience first. You know what I mean? That's exciting. That is exciting. And, you know, no matter how scary it is, and as I said, I was on that old path so many times and I was just like, oh, I'll go back. I go to the new path and then I was just like, no, I'll go back here. And then I go around another circle and I'm like, oh, go back on the new path. And then you go around in the circle again because you're so scared. And like, you know, this cycle keeps repeating. So if you're seeing patterns over and over again in your life that are repeating, if your life is not changing and it's remaining stagnant, this is because you haven't changed direction. You need to create this map yourself. So don't be scared of that. Don't be scared because as I said, you're not doing this on your own. You are creating the way as you go, but you have guidance from the universe. You have guidance from your ancestors and your past on loved ones. You have guidance from those angels. So trust in that. You know, it might be scary to go down the path on your own, but you're not really actually alone. So be courageous in taking that turn. Be courageous in redirecting your life. You know, come back to figure out who you are by figuring out the way. Finding that way for yourself and finding that way for the next person. Finding that way for your children and your future children. This is what it's so that's why it's so important. We're doing this for the future of humanity, not just for ourselves. And we get to have fun on the way. And that's the whole objective of it as well. We think that if we get to the destination, we're going to be happy. But we're not going to be happy with the outcome if we don't enjoy ourselves along the way. And I find this with the old track, is we're not enjoying ourselves along the way. And we're not enjoying the destination because the destination is the same shit different day. It's the same abuse. It's the same fucking trauma. It's the same shit over and over again. The same obstacles, the same pain. Whereas we go down this new track and it's all new. And we get to, even though it's scary, but we take that step forward and the light opens up and you're like, yay, I get to experience the shiny for myself. I get to experience this new adventure. So that's the thing. It's exciting every step of the way. It's scary, but exciting. And if it scares you and excites you at the same time, it means you probably should do it. This is it. So go for it. Go for that new path, because there's so much excitement to be found there. There's so much to discover within yourself, and there's so much to discover about this world. We're creating the way. We are finding that way. We are the way finders. We are the way showers. We are creating that map ourselves. So take that step, because the path will light up as you move forward. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I'd love nothing more than to help you on your path.